Welcome to the Confidence Igniter podcast, the podcast where we don't just talk about confidence, we build it and walk it out. Well, today I have a wonderful show in store for you today, shall I say, and it is titled L.L.C. And I am not talking about limited liability corporation, but I am talking about love yourself like crazy. I'm going to say that again. Love yourself like crazy. Well, for some of you, if not most of you, know that this is Valentine's Day weekend. So happy Valentine's Day to you. And what better way than to celebrate Valentine's weekend, or let's say to celebrate any weekend, than by loving on yourself like crazy. Yes. Many times we will spend a lot of time loving on others, doing for others, giving to others, whatever someone else want, whether it is, or shall I say, whatever someone else need, whether it be your child, your husband, your wife, a friend, you just constantly give of yourself. So I'm suggesting today is that you love on yourself like crazy. So, what does that mean? It means to take time out for yourself. It means to perhaps, if you like going to the show, take yourself to the show. If you like going for dinner, take yourself out for dinner. Or just sit and read a book, or take a nice bubble bath, or sit with a nice glass of wine. Whatever it is that you like to do and perhaps have not done lately. Let me ask you, when was the last time you did something nice for yourself? Let me ask another question. When was the last time you did something nice for someone else? Now, that the second question might be a little bit easier for you to answer. When was the last time you did something nice for someone else? Because some of us have children, or we have someone in our life, or just a friend, so maybe we've done something nice for someone we know, or someone we don't know. And so it's easy to say, "Oh, well, you know what? I did something nice for this person or that person." But when you ask the question, when the question is asked, "When have you done something nice for yourself?" You might have to think about that for a little bit. Now, some of us might be like, "Oh, no, I know when I did something nice for myself. The last time I did something nice is when, I went to the nail spa, or I treated myself for dinner, or I bought myself some roses." Whereas some of us would be like, "Well, let me think about that. It's been a while." And for those of you that are listening that can honestly say it's been a while, I am suggesting that you take a moment out and do something nice for yourself. Now, don't get me wrong. Doing something nice doesn't mean that you got to go and spend money. It can, if that's what you want to do. But doing something nice can be something as simple as going out on your front porch and just sitting and just smelling the air, or sitting on your balcony or on your patio. It could be something simple as taking a bubble bath, or just sitting down and reading a nice book while sipping on a glass of wine, or a glass of water, or a cup of tea, or a cup of coffee, whatever it is that you like to drink. But whatever it is that you like to do and have not done in a while because you've been so busy doing and serving others, I'm suggesting that you take a moment out and serve yourself. Because a lot of times we give so much of ourselves, and sometimes we feel like, I wish that there was someone that could give to me, that could do something nice for me. But have you ever considered that that someone is you? There's a scripture in the Bible where it says that sometimes you have to encourage yourself, right? But I also am going to take it a little step further. Sometimes you just have to be the one to do things for yourself. Sometimes you have to be the one to take the initiative to say, you know what, even though I would love someone to bring me some roses, that's okay. I'm going to go out and buy my own roses. Even though I would love someone to take me out for dinner, you know what, I'm going to love on myself and I'm going to take myself out for dinner. I'm would like someone else to do for me, I'm going to love myself like crazy and start doing it for myself because you only get one you. That's it. Not two, not three. And if you just sit there and always doing for someone else and never take time out to do for yourself, that's not fair, right? See, for me, I'm going to tell you, I had to learn that. I had to learn that it's more to life than just always doing for someone else. Sometimes you need to do something for yourself. And I know why a lot of us, have a hard time with saying no to someone else and yes to ourselves. It's all has to do with, I don't want to hurt your feelings. But what about your feelings? I had to get to the point in my life where I had to say, you know what? It's not about them. It's about me. Because here's how it goes. If I always do something for someone else, and especially when I want to do something for myself, then in my head, there's a battle because it's saying, well, I thought you had this time set aside for me. I thought we were going to do XYZ. But yet now we're doing this for them and we're making them happy, but yet I'm not. And so you go through this whole battle, this story in your head that's going on. Whereas if you had simply said no, the story might have been in the person's head that you said no to. And maybe again or not, maybe not, they would have understood like, okay, they can't do it right now. As I always say, delayed does not mean denied. It just means it's not your turn right now. Kind of like you got to stand in line, pick a number, okay, and wait till I call it. But a lot of times we don't want to do that. Some of us, but some of us is good at it. Some of us is good at spending time with themselves. Some of us is good at loving on ourselves. Some of us is good at, saying, oh, you know what? Today I'm going to go to the movies and I'm going to watch a good movie. Or I'm just going to stay at home and sit on my sofa and I'm going to watch a good movie. Whereas but there's others that are not good with that. But when you're not good with taking time out for yourself, it's something that you have to teach yourself. I always say, we can say all day we love someone else and we're doing for them. And yes, love is sharing, is caring, is giving. But love it also starts with you. It starts with loving, caring, sharing, forgiving yourself. That's true love because it's hard to do all of that for others if you don't do it for yourself. Now you can do it, but sometimes there's a little bit resentment there when you're doing things when you don't really want to do it, all because you don't want the person to be mad at you, but you're okay with being mad at yourself. I am not okay with being mad at myself. I am just not. Not anymore. No, because it's one me. And when you know that you have a caring heart, a giving heart, so when you say no, because I want to love on myself like crazy, you don't feel guilty about it because you would have known that I'm always giving of myself. And now I just want to give to myself. I mean, for me, this week alone was a run, run, run. Give, give, give. Go here, do this, come in, get up at 4 o'clock, leave out at 6 o'clock, get back home by 10 o'clock at night, and do it all over again. I literally ran myself down. So, what did I end up deciding to do for Valentine's Day? Nothing. I didn't want to do anything. I could have went for dinner. Didn't want to. There's a lot of things I could have did. Didn't want to. What did I want to do? Hang out with me. Happy Valentine's Day to me. I want to hang out with me. What did I do Sunday? Hmm. Did church online? Why? Because I needed some more me time. I needed to let myself know, look, I love you. I love you with all my heart. When was the last time you told yourself you love yourself? Now, somebody watching this might be like, what do you mean? You expect other people to tell you they love you. Have you ever tried telling yourself, man, I love me some me and love on yourself like crazy? When was the last time? And if you cannot remember, then maybe today you should start something new. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I truly love me some you. Because when you're looking in the mirror, it's only one person in that mirror with you unless you got another person in the room with you. But if you in the room by yourself, you standing in the mirror with only you. So when you say, I love you, guess what? You is saying, I love you back. And that's the beginning. And then do something nice for yourself. Even if that doing something nice meaning just to sit still. Even if it means taking in a good book or looking at one of my episodes. You know, whatever it is that makes your heart go pitter patter, as they say, do that. Do that. Enjoy some time with yourself. Take a moment out. Love on yourself like crazy. And I'm not saying that forget about everybody else, but for that moment, I am. I am. See how it feel. If you've never done it before, see how it feel. I guarantee you it feels good. Because once again, I told you my week was really busy and I'm sure it wasn't just me. I'm sure you probably had a busy week too. But how did you unwind? Because spending time with yourself give you an opportunity to unwind so you can be prepared for your next. Because if you don't take time out to unwind, guess what? When it's time for you to make your next move, you're so tired, you really can't think straight. Because when you don't get enough rest and you don't take time out for yourself, guess what? Resentment tends to set in. Man, I wish I had one more day. Why I gotta do this? Why I gotta do don't do that to yourself. No. Take a moment out. If I had to give you some homework, it would be take a moment out. Love yourself like crazy. What's the moment? I don't know. You decide it. 10 minutes? 5 minutes? If you do five, do five every hour, okay? 5 minutes on every hour until you go to bed. Calculate that. Calculate that. At least you'll probably get at least an hour in, right? Depending on when you go to bed. But be reasonable about it. Take some time out. Love on yourself like crazy. Spend some time with you. Get to know yourself even better. And some people might be like, what do you mean? I know myself. Let me tell you something. We don't know ourselves. Because if we did, when we do something that wows us, be like, man, I didn't even know I could do that. Do that. Say to yourself, man, I didn't even know I could spend this type of time with myself and just enjoy me. Loving on yourself like crazy. I'm telling you. It feels good. Try it. You might like it. And if you like it, you'll do it more often. I had to learn it, but now I know it. I do it. This has been your today's episode, Love on Yourself Like Crazy, LLC. Yes. Well, before you go, I hope you take the time out to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. But I do thank you for stopping by. Also, before I go, let me tell you, every third Saturday, which is the Saturday coming up here in the month of February, every third Saturday, Fortified City Christian Church has their food distribution. So if you are in need of food or if you know someone that is in need of food, please make sure you stop by 2477 Canton Road in Marietta, Georgia. Once again, that is Fortified City Christian Church, 77 Canton Road in Marietta, Georgia. Well, until we meet next time, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. Don't forget, please love on yourself like crazy. Take care. Bye bye.